You are now tuned in to the Jmack Experience Podcast.
All right, we're back, and we got a very, very special guest on the show today. I want to give you a round of applause for coming through last minute and being on time.
Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl, Miss Rhodey.
How are you feeling today?
Today, better than yesterday, baby.
I like that. You got right to it.
Yeah.
How was it finding the studio? Pretty easy?
Honestly, you're like in a perfect location, right off the highway, like Cranston, Providence area, good area. So I think it was pretty easy and good parking, nice building.
Right?
I wasn't like having to go through tunnels and garages and like, where is this? I wasn't scared. It was nice to walk in and have the place smell good.
Exactly. Episode 50.
Hey,
Miss Rhodey is here. Let me give you another round of applause.
50, baby.
It's been long overdue. We're going to get into the intro real quick, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Jmack Experience Podcast. This show is for motivational purposes only. However, we will not be politically correct, but our goal is to inspire those who listen and watch the show. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to follow us at the Jmack Experience Podcast and email us if you would like to be a guest on our platform at the Jmack Experience Podcast at gmail.com. Peace.
Now, once again, I want to thank you for coming on the show. It's an honor to be in your presence.
Aw, you're too much.
Absolutely. For those that don't know you or who are not familiar, what's your name and where are you from?
You want what I go by or you want my name?
Whatever you feel comfortable giving us, we'll take.
So my name is Raisa Gonzalez, but I go by Miss Rhodey.
Nice.
It's the name that I have acquired, just, being that alter ego and, the other side of what I do. I'm originally from the Bronx, but I grew up in Central Falls. So that's where I say I'm from. So little CF, what up, Square Mayo?
Okay, you from the BX. What part of the Bronx you from?
1055 Grand Concourse.
Right up the street from the Concourse.
Yankees. Yeah, Yankees,
that's
baby.
Crazy.
No lost.
Small world because my grandfather is from Fordham and University.
Okay.
So right there, right under the 4 train, you know how that goes. That's crazy, small world.
I wanted to attend Fordham for law. It's just, God had something different for me.
Fordham Prep?
Fordham Prep.
Yeah.
Then go to Fordham University. There was just whole plan that I had that just didn't happen, but it's happening.
So basically, I like to start from the very beginning.
Okay.
Before we get into what you're doing now, because I know you got a lot of things going on, a lot of wonderful things that's coming up. So what was it like for you growing up, more or less?
Well, I come from a big family, so I have about 19 siblings, not all from the same mom and dad. But my dad, not only did he, make kids, he also raised some. So, I come from a big family. I have about 15 sisters, 4 brothers. And growing up in New York and with a big family, I thought it was pretty cool. You know what I mean? I always had somebody that I can go to. Really didn't get picked on. I was a twin. Okay. And so my twin passed away when she was about 3 months. And then,
sorry to hear
thank you. And everybody always felt bad to me. So it felt like, I was getting a lot of love and
La bebé bendito.
Exactamente. La gemela, you know what I mean? And so, shout out to my mom who finally, after 40 years, we were able to find where my sister was dug up.
Okay.
And not to get off topic, but we were able to dig my sister up and bring her home. So my mom has her now. After 40 years.
Wait, hold on. This is recently, you said?
Yeah, recently. So,
holy shit.
So when my sister passed away, my father buried her in New Jersey.
Wow.
They buried her, and it was just we never went back or talked about it.
Oh, this is different.
And so my mom, for years, we were trying to find her, and my mom, she suffered. She kind of never got over it because she never got that closure. You know what I mean? And every birthday, it was good moments, but they were a little bit depressing for me because she always had that memory of the sister that daughter she never got to raise. And so my younger sister ended up finding her lot, and it was just amazing how we found her. And for Christmas, my siblings and I, we were able to come up with enough money to pay the state of New Jersey to dig her up. Wow. We had her cremated, and we brought her home to my mom.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm glad that, you got some closure there.
Yes.
Right?
The most interesting thing about, because back in the day, so the caskets were made of wood.
Right.
And then the sides were kind of metal.
Absolutely.
And so that was the only thing that was left over from the findings of my sister. But the guy kept digging. And he ended up finding La Cruz, the cross that my mom had buried.
Catholic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, so you know how
what's
you
up.
put the rosary beads and stuff? The only thing was left was like that metal piece of the cross.
That was basically from God, right? Like you had to find her eventually.
It was from God or my sister saying thanks for finding me and bringing me home.
That's
so that's the
awesome.
message that I got. And so that's the closure that my mom and I got. So growing up, being a twin was kind of fun. Everybody always felt bad for me. I didn't really go through too much.
Yep. So you were spoiled in a way.
I was spoiled, but I still had the same problems that other families have because I was a big family.
Exactly.
You know, like we were poor. I grew up poor. I didn't have the Nikes. I didn't have the Jordans. You know, I shopped at Family Dollar. I had the Asics. My mom got me sneakers.
The
from
Pro-Cats.
Ames. You know what I'm saying? All that. You know what I mean? Like I had regular tees. I didn't, but I had love.
Exactly.
And growing up, I think that was the most important thing.
Yeah.
And having a father that just was there and a family members that say, you can do this.
That's amazing.
That was the best part of growing up. And so when people say, Miss Rhodey, why are you the way you are? Because I had family members that always made me believe crazy ideas could be possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So growing up was amazing. I had the best parents.
Not to cut you off, but they pretty much supported all your dreams. Whatever you wanted to do, they supported it. They weren't like, tú no vas a hacer eso. Stop dreaming.
They supported me so much that even as a teen mom, they supported me.
Wow.
Like I wasn't kicked out on the street. I wasn't talked down on. It was more like, okay, this is the situation. This is what we're going to do about it. Like, you can still be a mom. Like, you can still be a student. You can still be a basketball player. You can still be a lawyer. You can still go to the WNBA because at that time, that was my dream.
Yep.
Because I'm a baller, just so y'all know.
You play ball too?
Yeah, shout out
Man,
to
you
Lady
fucking
Warriors.
do it all. I fucking love it.
I also play softball and soccer.
Nice.
But, like, that was like the environment that I grew up on.
Right.
Just, you can do this. So that's why I'm delusional.
Yo, this is the first time ever we started off so strong. So wait, you just said you were a teen mom. Yeah. How old were you when you had your first child?
I was 15 years old.
Wow.
I was just finishing my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah.
And I had him in the summer. Coming back my junior year, it was a little scary. It was very scary.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there are no answers. You know, thankfully I had the support of my mom and my sisters and my dad, but like there was no playbook for me.
Nobody was disappointed?
They didn't say it.
Yeah. Wow.
They
that's
didn't say
crazy.
it. And to me, I can see it.
Yeah.
And it's something that even at
even now?
I guess I never talked about this before.
Oh wow, I'm so sorry.
So even now, like I'd be like, damn mom, like you never showed me you was disappointed in me.
Yeah.
You always that's why family and support is so important, because when you have somebody, no matter how much wrong you do, they always try to like say, okay, yeah, you did this, but let's move on.
Right.
You know, but no, there was never any disappointment. There was never any get out of here. It was more like, you're gonna finish school.
Yeah. We're gonna get you through this.
Yeah, you're still gonna be a teenager. You're still gonna have fun. You're still gonna continue to play basketball. And in fact, even shout out to Central Falls High School, like principal.
Shout outs to them.
You know, Coach Luther, Joe Handy. You know, my principal Neil. Like they allowed me to bring my son to school.
Wow,
like,
that's crazy.
It was
deep. You know,
it was a gift and a blessing.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I didn't have a daycare. I had to find somebody to watch my kid because my mom still had to go to work. I still had siblings. We still had to go to school. But
you ain't telling me nothing. Not to tell you, I'm going through that shit now. You know how difficult it is for me? Like, there's times I can't take certain jobs because my daughter, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, well, who's going to watch at fucking 12 at midnight?
Because you're a single dad, right?
Yeah, it's
amazing.
tough.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Pero con Dios todo posible.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so every day is a blessing and you just keep moving forward, because what I always say is that God's put you in these situations, but he will just lead you.
Exactly.
Even though in your doubt, you know, like I was 15 with a kid. I didn't know what the hell was going to go on, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to get up. I'm still going to go to school. I'm going to have this little part-time job at Apex, and I'm going to play basketball.
Moving forward.
You know, and my son was at all my basketball games. Shout out to my son, 2K, doing his thing
outs
right
to him.
now.
He's playing ball and everything.
Yeah, and you know, I laid out the plan.
Right.
I said, my son's going to go to college. He's going to go to private school. I'm going to do all these things. And shout out to me. Pat myself
I gotta give you a round of applause, man, because you made it through.
My son did it. but you know, my son did it. Right. And so I brag big when I brag about my son. And a lot of people don't like that, but you don't understand what it's like to be 15.
Yeah.
Have a son that's, you know,
Morenito.
His complexion, you know, he got a little pigment to his complexion.
Yeah. Life's a little different.
And yeah, you know, and he's handsome and he's, you know, a little flashy and he, you know, drives a Beamer and all this stuff. And so hate comes with that.
Exactly.
But he still managed to make sure that everything that I promised myself at 15 years old, he made sure I got to check off my list.
Exactly.
And so that's why I brag different about my son, because he didn't have to go to private school and get good grades. He didn't have to go to college and graduate.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been like, my last year dream.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He could have been like, fuck all that. I'm going to smoke weed.
Which I found out he did at 16 years old. Oh my God, that was the most funniest story. But he graduated, and he told me, go back and finish.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I went back and I finished, and I'm finishing, but I graduated from CCRI, who also gave me the opportunity to have my own radio show. Yeah. And now I'm at Rick. And,
let's not move too forward. Let's not move too much forward. So, all right, single mom, 15. He ended up doing amazing. That's awesome. Now, I know you do many wonderful things, so that's what I wanted to get into. You do promoting to real estate. You have a nonprofit organization, which is called Shoot for Hope. Yeah. If I'm correct.
Yeah.
You also do a radio show on CCRI, and you are promoting a big event coming up, which we're going to lead to later. Who inspired you to become a promoter? Let's start right there. Like, to start doing promotions.
So there are quite a few people that actually put me into the platform of promoting. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes,
and it was, I would say there were basically 3 men.
Okay,
there were 3 men who gave me the platform. I'd say DJ Franchise gave me the radio.
Shout out to DJ Franchise.
Also gave me the opportunity to be a host at JL Danis. So shout out to JL Danis.
Shout out to JL
DJ Franchise. Lamar Milton.
Shout out to Lamar Milton.
Gave me the opportunity to host Halo and be a promoter over there.
Nice.
And when he gave it up, it fell on my lap.
Okay.
And that's where you really saw Miss Rhodey become the light of Shoot for Hope. And highlight the local artist and just become, that girl.
The shit. Stop being so humble. Yeah, you're doing your thing. I like it.
But, the thing about it is, like, what I try to tell people is that there would have been no... Well, I'm always going to be Miss Rhodey. I came the way I came.
Right.
However, the artists showing up every single Sunday, like, they didn't have to show up, but they came.
Exactly.
And they came deep, and we became a family, and we became the hottest thing on the block that everybody wanted to be us. Everybody wanted to be part of us. So much so that everybody wanted to break us up. You know what I mean? Text messages telling me they're going to take me down.
Rumors and shit like that?
No, not rumors. Like, text messages in my phone.
Like death threats type shit?
Yeah, like swear, like following me home, breaking my windows.
All this over some promoting and shit like that on radio? This is fucking wild.
It's an ugly business. It really is. And a lot of it was the reason why I just stepped away.
Right, because you did leave, right? For a little bit?
I left for a little bit because the hate is crazy, and I hate to say it, but it's hard to be a woman in this business.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a real person. It's hard to be
anything of that
It's hard
nature.
to be, here.
When you got the pretty face and all that, people take it.
And be giving. And it looks like it says stupid on my forehead. And it's not that I'm stupid, and it's not that it's not that I'm naive. It's just that if I got it, I'm going to give it.
Exactly.
And if you block that blessing, then that's on you.
Yeah,
you know
when
what
you
I'm saying?
burn that bridge, that's
don't
it.
come circle the block.
Right.
But I'm learning how to forgive.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that even though somebody burns me, you know what? It's okay.
Take the high road.
I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to still talk to you. I'm going to still love you the way God will love you, but I'm just going to do it at a distance.
Exactly. That's what we do over here. We're all about positivity. It's a motivational podcast, and you have an amazing story. Like, I know we could go on for days.
For real.
Now, you were on now you have your own radio show, right? Mm-hmm. Basically, you were on a radio show. How long did you do that for before we go ahead? How long did you do radio with the team that you were just talking about? When you first started?
So I started the radio March 19, 2019. I remember it so clearly because it was my first day on the radio, and I went to actually to discuss being a realtor.
Right.
I was a new realtor in the business. I was excited, and I learned all about Rhode Island housing, and I was like, oh my God, let me just go teach the people, because I always felt that people of our complexion and in our communities, we don't really we don't see the bigger picture, and sometimes buying real estate.
Exactly.
And
we think it's far-fetched, right?
Yeah, and but it really isn't, because if you can afford $2,500 of rent, just believe you can figure out how to get a house.
Exactly.
Just gotta work with the right people.
Or if you could buy a Louis Vuitton purse and Jordans every week.
I don't really think that they're Louis. I think that they're Woolies. And then the Jordans, if you save that, you can have a down payment.
You can accomplish it. Exactly.
You know, but I think that we all go through phases,
right,
where we want to be flashy and stuff, and then we hit the point where it was like, I don't really want to. I'd rather have the $3,000 in my bag than pay for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, I was on the radio for 5 years, and you know, it was a platform. No, I didn't have a fallout. Let's hold on.
Oh, okay. Let me bring it back.
Oh shit. No, it wasn't a fallout.
You know, I'm presentado, so I want to know I want to know all the tea and shit.
It wasn't a fallout. It was a for me.
Right.
For me, I'm just talking for me.
Okay.
I felt that my growth was stunted.
Okay, got you.
And at one point, I'm part of a team, but I wanna run my own show.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's more to me than just a call out.
Right.
You know, and I wanted growth, and I wanted my own show, and you know, after 3 years of being promised my own show, the bullshit kept going around and round and round and round, and it never happened. And one day I just woke up and I said, I'm going there, and nothing's ever gonna happen, and I just don't feel like my team is elevating me anymore.
Right.
I'm stagnant.
Yeah.
You know, but I appreciate everything that was given to me, because without that, I wouldn't have found that, you know, I love media. I probably would have never went back to school. I probably wouldn't want to graduate. Shout out to WBRU who did give me the opportunity.
Yeah, shout outs to them. And that's fair that you're saying that as well. Like, because, you know, you're not bitter. It doesn't seem like you're bitter at all.
I was bitter.
At the moment?
I was bitter. I was mad. I wanted to... Let's be real.
You trying to throw hands and all that?
Everything. I wanted to get lawyers. I wanted to get everything because I was hurt.
Right. I get it.
And I just felt like, damn, my friends, y'all not my friends.
Yeah.
Like,
you felt disappointed.
I felt discouraged, disappointed, heartbroken. And when you're with somebody for 5 years, like almost every single day of your life, like that's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
And for you not to see that it's time for me to elevate, that I'm never going to elevate.
So how long now? You take a break. Let's move forward from all the negative shit and all that bullshit. So you take a break. How long did you take a break for? And what made you want to come back?
I took a break for about 4 months, 5 months. It's 5 months now.
5 months.
And why I came back was God. Like literally, I prayed. I said, God, if if I leave all of this, everything that I love, everything that I'm working hard for, like I built my name. Wow. But God, if I leave, like you gotta tell me and show me and just like I don't want to leave everything that I just worked hard for. Like I gave this like my all, you know, like the artistry, the nightclubs. Like at one point I was promoting 4 clubs by myself as a woman, you know what I mean? And it drained me because I was doing all that. I was taking care of my 6 kids. I was holding it down. I was working. I was still taking care of the 4 veterans. And I showed up.
Yeah.
Like that to me, that's the biggest thing. But I prayed and I said, God, cuando yo me vaya, if when I leave, just show me that there's better for me. And I swear to God to you on everything, on my twin sister, the next day the phone rang.
Oh shit.
I got a listing.
Yeah.
Within 3 days, I got a buyer.
Wow.
A week later, another buyer. And so within like 4 month time span, I ended up having 5 listings, like 5 commissions.
Yeah.
And if you do the math, you know, I did okay.
You started banking and shit. You came back.
And then, you know, amen. You know what I mean? And praise the Lord. Because honestly, I was lost. I was too into myself.
Right.
You know, I'm doing this. This is on me. I'm the one. No, that was all God that was giving me all that. And I think that he wanted to isolate me, not only to put me back into my faith, but to remind me that not everybody can go with me where I'm going.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just a step.
Well, I don't want to cut you off, but like I feel like literally, because it happened to me too, sometimes you have to lose everything to realize what's important. Mm-hmm. And then also, you know, it comes a point in your life where, like you just said, you thought it was all you at one point. Sometimes, like, God will humble you in a drastic way. You know what I mean?
Very.
And I think we all need that as people, you know, because sometimes, you know, and me, for instance, like I was the type, I'll be like, nah, I'm not trying to go to church, this, that, and the third. And now, like, sucks to say that you have to go through the worst experiences, but like now you see me in church every Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
amen.
And I'm grateful, but I'm starting all over. But now I appreciate the small things in life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I'm glad that, everybody needs that wake up call, but you coming back stronger than ever is what's really going to happen. So you get that call. What was the call or what was the listings you said? But how did you get back into radio is what I want to get
So let me continue.
Okay, gotcha.
So I got the call for the real estate.
Right.
Then I get the call from Emilio Sparks, who we've become friends.
Fire.
And he's like, Miss Rhodey, like, what are you doing? Why haven't you done an event? Like,
we miss
you're
you
amazing.
out here.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was great what you were doing. Don't let what's happening discourage you.
Right.
And then my sister called me. And that's where I saw the light right there. Like, okay, my sister was like, what the F are you doing? Right. Like, get out of this depression that you're in. Yeah. Get out of this darkness. Stop thinking that whatever
the world's over.
Yeah, like, stop thinking whatever's going on is going to last forever. Like, you're better than this. And you're your own worst enemy. And so when my sister was like, you don't need this, you don't need that, you don't need a microphone, you don't need a radio station, you don't need a TV, you don't need nothing but yourself. That's what God gave you. He gave you all the tools. Get out of your right? And so I
get out of that shithole. Wake the fuck up.
So then I called Emilio and I'm like, all right, well, I'm thinking about doing another showcase. I'll hit you back up.
Right.
And then CCRI called me.
Oh, gotcha.
And they said, hey, we know that you were interested before, like when you were here. And we just wanted to know if you wanted to have your own show over here.
Nice.
And I was like, what? I was like, hold on a second. I put the phone down.
You couldn't believe it.
I was like, it's the radio station to my sister.
Out.
And she was like, well, pick up the phone. And so I pick up the phone, and so they invite me over. They talked to me, and they said, you know what, here's an hour show. And then from the hour, I got 3 hours. And then yesterday they called me and they said, if I want to have more time any day, I can bring people.
Oh, shit. Well, let me know.
It's
I'm trying to slide over there.
Music director, you know what I mean?
I like it.
And so, again, I'm thankful for every single platform that was given to me. Exactly. But I think that if I didn't take that bold move, and believe in myself and know that what I have is just bigger than this, what I'm given. Because I would never left if I was given just an inch more.
Yeah.
Just an inch more.
You would have been content.
I would have been content.
Yeah.
But again, God has His own plan, and who am I to judge it? Although I always question it, but I'm moving on and I'm following in the gift and the assignment that He's put.
This is amazing. This is so. The show that you have on CCRI, when can people tune in? What's the name of the show exactly? And what do you exactly do on the show? Like, what do you promote? What kind of music do you play? So on and so forth.
Okay, so I recently just started about 3 weeks ago, and the show is called The Miss Rhodey Show.
Nice.
However, with the breakdown and all the hours and all the days, like, hit me up on my Instagram, MSRHODEY. I'm trying to fill up these slots. And again, with the platform that I'm given, it's not for me, it's for us.
Right.
And I think that the message gets lost sometimes because I am a little bit difficult to work with. I'm a businesswoman. And so business people,
you bossy,
very bossy. I'm very bossy. I'm very strict, but I'm very easy as long as you do what I say.
Right.
But I can work with people. Right now I like to work by myself because, again, I'm just coming back out. So the next call that came after all of this was Cassidy. Cassidy called me back and said, hey, I owe you one, because he had missed his flight. And so I was like, okay.
Bars is back.
I was like, you coming? So he was like, crazy. Yeah, I'm coming. He had all his people call me, and I said, all right, fine. And then I got Pap. And I said, if I get Pap, I'm gonna do it.
These are some fucking heavy hitters.
So then I called Papoose. Papoose was like, shoot for hope. I'm down with that. Like, I love the concept. Wow. I love the idea of the local artist. And then I called Petey. Emilio, yeah. Like, it was like, once you get one, and once someone believes in you, they start connecting you differently. And so in doing my research and just reaching out and doing all that, I got off all of them coming November 29th,
which is the big event.
Which is the big event for my 10th anniversary of Shoot for
Hope.
But
fuck it, I'm gonna let you get it out there because I know this is big for you. And so wait, how can we purchase tickets for this event?
So you can hit me up. I don't want to do an event break. I don't want to do any of that stuff. Right. I want to collect the money myself. I'm just being honest with you. The tickets are $25. You can hit me up on my Instagram or call me. Don't say you can't contact me or find me like Jmack was calling me on my messenger and everything, instead of just looking me up as a realtor and finding my phone number. It's really out there. It's really easy to contact me. Send me a text. I'll bring it to you.
That's dope. In person. That's real shit.
Yeah, I'll bring it to you in person. Yeah, because like I want to know who you are. I want to meet you. I want to know like where'd you find me? Where'd you hear about me? Like, you know, why are you supporting my show?
Your cause. Yo, take notes, everybody out there. This is a Jmack Experience exclusive. Sometimes you got to do the shit yourself and build relationships. No, that's what you're doing. You have to build
relationships. And that's how I was able to be successful in the past, because I was meeting these artists. I was telling them, let me hear your songs. Don't come dressed like that. Yeah. Let me, you know what? One time I even had a whole photo shoot. I said, meet me at the park.
Yeah.
Did the flyer, did everything, because people need direction.
Right.
And although everybody just thought that Sundays were, just come and play music and let us look. No, there was a lot of work that was going on behind that. Like, I would literally, this is how you have to hold the mic. You have to come out. You have to be like, yo, my name is Miss Rhodey. You can find me. Like, you know, but I'm not an artist. Although I do rap sometimes.
You do
that's
music
how
too? I mean, man, what don't you fucking do? You got
listen. You can't help that God gives you the gifts.
This is dope.
The goal is to use the gift and pass it.
Right.
You know. So yeah.
So how do you like it over there at CCRI? You like it? Like so far, they treating you good?
Yeah, I love it. It's a little different. Not that I never seen how hard the DJ worked where I was, because it was like amazing. But when you work with a mastermind for 5 years, you learn some things.
Exactly.
And I do love it. I think the biggest thing that I have to work on is my transitions.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I go back and listen, I'm like, oh, that was a little bit too quiet right there. Like I needed to do like a drop or something. But I love it, and I think that I'm only gonna get better and bigger.
Well, you learn every day, right? Like they say.
Amen.
And now let's jump into the nonprofit organization that you have, which is called Shoot for Hope. What's the cause and what made you want to do this nonprofit organization?
So Shoot for Hope is like my baby.
Right.
That's why I get bossy and strict.
Gotcha.
Miss Rhodey, she's a little, but when it comes to Shoot for Hope, that's my baby. And I started Shoot for Hope in memory of my father, who passed away of stomach cancer.
Rest in peace to him.
Thank you. So everything that like happens with Shoot for Hope has to be perfect or like be a great thing and be positive. More importantly. And so I started that because, again, my father died of stomach cancer 12 years ago. His anniversary was on the 8th this past week. And I actually got more shows that day. So instead of being depressed and sad on the day that my father passed, I couldn't help but smile. Yeah. Like it was just like, Thoma, here's the day. Here's on my day. You know what I'm saying? There's my dad giving me from above again. And so that basically is to promote men's health, because I feel that men, really don't have anybody that you guys can vent to. Exactly. And when you do, we call you soft. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so although I'm not a man, and I think I know enough about men because I grew up with a lot of boys in my life. I was always a tomboy. Yeah. So I just felt like, you know what? Nobody really cares about you guys. I'm going to name this thing Shoot for Hope, and I'm going to promote your mental health. Also, it's about mental health. I like that. A lot of people nowadays, they've been focused because, not to cut you off, back in the day, I mean, especially with Latinos and, our people, like, if you cry, they be like, stop crying, man up. Stop being a pendejo. Like, yo, come on, you're a man. Mm-hmm. Man up. And like, no, it's a real thing. A lot of people go through, rest in peace. My uncle actually, he ended up passing away from suicide as well. It's a real thing, and people don't see it. Like, he was the happiest person. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say his name, but like a lot of people knew him and they just didn't see it coming. You know what I mean? So it's a real thing, and I'm glad that a lot of us are like that. Yeah, even myself sometimes don't. And I know people are like, oh, Miss Rhodey, don't say that. Yeah. No, I have to say it because you guys have to know that I'm not always happy. Exactly. I have my dark days. Like, literally, I just told you I went into hiding and isolation for 4 months. Yeah. You can't possibly think that I was giggling and happy every single day if I'm in hiding. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you was battling your demons. I was battling my demons and my traumas and myself. Exactly. I think I was battling myself more than anything else, because everything that was bothering me was things that I had a problem with. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just had to learn, like, people are going to be people, and you have to learn how to move quick. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And get over things quick. Now, are you doing any events for the holidays, like for the community and stuff like that? So I used to do the toy drives. I used to do the comedies. I used to do like the things. And what I learned is that, I hate to say this. It's just, it's hard to continue to do things by yourself if there's no support out of my own pocket. That's real. Like, there's only, so I can get a commission, right? And the commission can be like $5,000, let's just say. I can take half of that commission and go do something with it and then lose and still not accomplish the goal.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just like, I'm not doing any of that no more. If you need help, hit me up on my Facebook, on my Instagram. You know what I do because it still happens. The people know. People know who to go to, and they still come to me. Don't let the
Don't let people fool you, right?
Yeah. They be yapping, but they still over here, dialing the number, hitting Miss Rhodey up.
Gotcha.
And I'm still helping.
Yep.
But I've done it. Now I do it more towards who really does need it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just people like, oh, call Miss Rhodey because she's going to get your kid, that big wheels. It's like, okay, no.
Or when it's beneficial,
when it's
right?
beneficial. But no, now I want the family that they have their lights off.
Right.
And I don't need to buy your
They're
present.
going through real shit.
How much you need to get your lights back on. And so to me, those are the more meaningful things that I'm doing now behind closed doors. And the noise don't need to be loud. When I go, they'll tell the stories.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not for me to glorify.
So you're not doing shit for clout.
Never.
Yeah,
it's never
like
for
that.
clout.
It's from the heart.
It's from the heart.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Now, are you planning to have any like special guests? Because I'm really fascinated by this new show that you got going on. That's why I keep drawing back to it. Like, are you planning on having any well-known guests come through the door, or maybe do like a freestyle Friday, shit like that?
So I don't want to like kind of do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way because we can all be different. I mean,
Exactly.
there's 1,000 colognes, but I don't know. I know that I want to have a segment called 401 in Park.
Nice.
Where you come to 401 in your park, at CCRI, and you have your interview and you might do your thing.
In the car?
No, in the radio station.
Oh, I was
Put in the car might be dope.
Yeah, that'll be. See, I just gave you an idea.
I might have to go by the J. I might have to look at me the J Mobile experience. I might have to go get the Shoot for Hope radio mobile and do it that way. But like that's just something in the works, and I don't know. I don't really. I've learned to not speak it until it's executed. And when I'm ready to let that go, I'll come back and promo it.
Well, you know what it is too, and I believe in this too. Like even when I have like big guests, I've learned not to even mention it because like I feel like the universe sometimes when you put it out there, like they say always put things out there, but when you do certain things, it might block the blessing.
Listen,
you know what I mean? Like some people don't want to see you win.
It will get blocked. It will get washed, burnt, everything like just
in the incinerator.
So this is the thing. Like if you saw how I presented on my flyer who was coming.
Exactly.
And so I didn't want to put it out there like that because let's face it, there are haters out there.
Exactly.
And I know with this event, they're all looking and they're like, damn, how does Miss Rhodey keep winning?
Yeah.
Like, how does she keep doing it?
God damn it.
G-O-D, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when it's in you, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And I'm no longer going to deny the gift or the assignments that are put in front of me because I have I don't know how to control my emotions.
Yeah, not only that, you earned your shit. You work for it.
I definitely earned it. I'm in my 10th year, guys. Like, This is not something, like a lot of people just think Miss Rhodey just came out and Shoot for Hope. No, like my memory, I've been sharing my memory so you guys can see, like, it literally been 10 years. And it didn't just start with Shoot for Hope. Like, I've always been part of the community. You can ask any football organization. I've always bought uniform. I've always bought cleats.
Wow.
I mean, go ask the Hendricken freshman football team, who was the one that helped them get them uniforms. And that's a private school. And you know who helped me? The community. Like I literally, this is the thing. I'm the type of person that if I say something and I see the goal, I got to go accomplish it.
Right.
I was at the club, even at JL Dana's. Even he donated. I'd be like, can you buy this ticket $40? Can you do this? Can you do this? Like this for the football team. Like I will go to 1,000 people and I'll hear no. But that 1,001 is gonna tell me yes.
I like that. That's the art of selling too.
But that's me.
Yeah.
I don't mind hearing no. I'm always gonna keep moving forward, and
you're gonna get that yes eventually.
Yeah,
I love
or
it.
I'll just start my own shit.
Now, speaking of all that, let's get into the real estate side. How did you get into that? And then how can people contact you for real estate purpose? If they want to purchase a property or sell, right?
Because selling the property is really where the money is at.
Exactly.
You control it. And then with the new law that just passed that says the sellers don't technically have to pay for the buyer's agent. That's tough.
This is a long one.
This is a long one. Yeah. So I became a realtor.
Harder, daddy.
Stretch, because you can come stretch after you buy the house and put the bed in it. So let me see. How did I start real estate?
How long you been in real estate? Matter of fact, like how long?
6 years.
6 years.
So everything kind of happened together. Real estate, radio, like everything went in a row.
It just went in line.
God lined it up for me. You know what I mean? And so the reason I became a realtor is because I used to be a property manager for 5 years.
Right.
The thing about me, I'm very loyal. I will stay until like I can't no more.
Right.
You know, and so I was working my ass off at this business, which I'm not shouting her out, but you know, she was a boss woman and she, very smart, very intelligent. Like I learned a lot from her. And I saw the money she was making, but I saw the work I was doing. And I was like,
overworking?
You know what I mean? Overworking.
Never happy.
Never happy.
I've been there.
It was just like,
I can relate.
I'm managing all these properties with her, and it was just like she was getting all the money. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go take my test. But I will say she was very encouraging.
You learned a lot.
She paid for the test. Like shout out to her.
Shout out.
You know
to
what?
Her. Shout
out Ronnie. Shout out Ronnie Vales at Divine Investments. You know what I'm saying? Like she's the one that really got me started and also encouraged me. So I did have the same people that encouraged me in a sense.
Yeah.
It worked. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, got you.
But in a sense, I appreciate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what I've learned is you can be great, but you can't ever be greater than the person that taught you how to be great.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you just can't exist in two rooms, I guess.
That's true.
So I started seeing the money she was making. I took my test. I've never, I don't really tell people this, but I studied. I took the test a year later to be a realtor. It's only 33 hours. Like it's a simple class. But it's a test that's difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so I failed it. I failed it the first time. Literally took it a year after, so obviously I was going to fail it. But then when I took it again, I failed one part because it's two parts, the general and then the legal. I passed the legal. Then I went back the third time. So guys, it took me 3 times. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like sometimes you just gotta keep going. Like it's okay. Don't let it discourage you. Keep going. And every time you had to go, you had to pay.
Right. So
the third time I passed it and I was like, oh yay. And then I went and I signed up with with my brokerage. Yeah. But then I was just like, things is getting tough over here. I'm working for you and I'm being a realtor and I'm babysitting and it just became a lot. And I was like, time to go.
Time to take matters into your own hands.
And so I left to Century 21 and shout out to like my broker.
Shout out to, that's a big company by the way too. They've been around forever.
And my broker, her name is Diana Kristen. I love you. You're amazing. Like, thank you for all your support. That's where I really was able to like be myself. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And she just gave me all of the tools I needed and she saw the spark in me. And she said, go do your thing. And I was like on the top 10 my first year. And you just had a showing today, correct? Yeah, I had 2 open houses today right over on Park Avenue. Again, when I tell you I prayed on this, right? I'm like, ay Dios mío, like, God, I just need more. Like, I need you to just show me again. Not that I don't believe you, but like, I just been so heavy in my prayer because there's things that I want to get accomplished. Yeah. And like, I got a call from somebody who owns 3 properties. Wow. And it's like 2.2 million. Holy shit. In listings. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, thank you, God. Like, I love you so much. And, but let me just tell you how God works, right? So I've been saying, I said, God, if all these things happen, I got to get myself to church and I got to tell the testimony. Yeah. Like, this is a testimony for anybody who doesn't believe. And today, I haven't gone to church, even though all these great things are happening. And I keep saying, I got to go. Yeah. I haven't gone. I go to my open house today, and there's speakers outside, and they're preaching, and they're saying, come on inside. Wow. Hey, you arrived. And he's like preaching. And I'm like, what is going on? This is crazy. So I literally, I don't know if it was the spirit. You felt it, like, right? El Espíritu me entró y Dios me llamó. Nice. And I went into the church and I was just like standing around and I had a moment today and I was like, oh my God, why am I crying? Yeah, you know what I mean? It's deep. And he was just like, finally, like, you got here. Like, here you are. You know what I mean? And it's like, I didn't go, but he brought it to me. Yeah. You know, in the listings that he gave me that I just prayed about. That's wild. And it was just the reality, like, keep believing in me because it's only me that is going to be able to change your situation from yesterday to today. Exactly. Never lose hope, right? Ever. Shoot for hope. Exactly. I like it. I mean? And, bars. I love it. And so, just, keep your faith, people. Yeah, never. See, I didn't want to go too much, but I had to like highlight all these wonderful things that you do. Now, this big event that you got coming up, when is the event? How can we purchase tickets once again? And do you expect to have anybody else performing, and who's going to be there? So the event is at Mezzo Lounge in Providence, 325 Charles Street. Nice. Literally right across from Walmart, Silver Spring. Scary Walmart, right? But, I love it. I love going in there. You always smell the subway. You're like, damn. It's just a whole bunch of self-checkouts over there. It's the worst. And then you can't.
And everybody's mad fucking rude.
Yes.
You ever been there? Like, can you help me find it? Like, yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, I'm like,
what
where?
the fuck you mean?
Like, so then you gotta Google it. What aisle is in?
I get super. The New York comes out of me when I go there. I be like, my man, I need some fucking help.
Yo, son.
I try to be nice, but it's like, bro.
No, because you know what? I think that customer service has been lost, like, in the world.
Nobody wants to work nowadays. That's
No.
just the whole point. After the pandemic, it's fucking over. Nobody wants to work.
I think that we live in a world. I don't think it's that people don't want to work. I think it's hard to work now.
Yeah.
Right? Because you have so much going on.
Yeah.
We don't think about what people go through
Exactly,
at home. You know,
yeah.
like, I am sorry that you had a bad day. That maybe you got, you know, maybe you're in an abusive relationship. Maybe, you know, you didn't have a babysitter and like, you know, your baby's sick and you still got to be at work. Whatever the case may be, you know, I try to think about like maybe that person just had a bad day. Yeah, and I just be like, you know what? Too. All right, thank you. And then I just go figure it out.
It takes a lot for me to get upset. I'm gonna be real.
But it's I used to snap.
Yeah.
And I don't like snappy right now. Like I don't like that.
Yeah.
Let me just.
You want to show love. You want to show love.
Let me just be Miss Rhodey and that's it. Because like Raisa, she could be real mean.
That's your what they say your
That's my real name. That's
no,
like
they say it's there's two.
That's my alter ego.
Your alter ego. That was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, and like I think a lot of people. They ended up seeing a little bit of Raisa in Miss Rhodey, and they didn't like that.
Exactly.
And it's just like at the end of the day, I'm still human. I'm still a person, and I do get upset, and I do have feelings, and I'm going to speak up for myself.
Yeah.
And I think that in speaking up for yourself, you lose a lot of friends.
So you're at Mezzo. That's where the event's
at. Mezzo.
They could purchase the tickets directly from you. You said
yes,
correct?
Yep.
Or at the door?
Oh yeah, at the door.
Right.
And or if you want to cash at me, I'll send you a screenshot of the ticket.
What? We'll put it right on the screen. What's your cash app?
My cash app is Raisa GRAISAG11.
Send that money, baby.
Yes. And if you have trouble, you know, if you can't afford the ticket, just call me. I'm easy.
Oh, that's love right there. Now,
I'm easy.
What time does the event start?
So doors open at 8. I'm hoping to start the event by 9. I want the artist to, like, this is going to be a different show. Usually I do it on the wing.
Right.
I haven't been the best. Like there are things that I learned in my own self-reflection that I was like, oh, I wasn't that good doing this. So this time I want to have a mic check. I kind of want to have things in order, and I want it to go, like, be really, really smooth.
I like it.
So doors open at 8. Show starts at 9. We're going to be doing that hopefully until about 12, and then party to 2. Cassidy is gonna perform. Leo is gonna perform, and I don't know about Pat.
Fire. I hope he performs fucking what was the one? I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. That was my shit right there.
He'll probably do that one and then like
what about Petey Crack? I gotta hear that. Que tu quieres mujeres, you know, si blah blah blah.
Yes, no, he will. He just sent me a
Yeah, you bringing me back, yo. Those are the days. State Property
just sent me a text message with his pictures. Here's Cassidy's people. Look, hey Cassidy, we'll do the drop. I'll let you know as soon as I have it. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm excited.
It's the things that come in. It's just I'm being strategic of when I'm dropping things.
Exactly.
You know, and let's tell the people, like, he's gonna be my media coverage.
I didn't really, you know, I wanted to be as a surprise, but yeah, I'm gonna
come see your boy.
I'm gonna do some interviews at the venue as well, which is gonna be fire. Plus, I'm gonna be working with the lovely Miss Rhodey, and I'm gonna get to meet some great people. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I know you wanted to hold that in.
Yeah.
But I wanted the people to understand that God really put me and this man together.
Facts.
Right? And I know that you wanted to highlight me in different things, but I think that this is the only time that I may be able to get this message out.
Yeah.
And so if you're having trouble right now, I'm telling you, God is really working.
Yeah.
And can I say the story?
Yeah, whatever. I don't mind.
All right.
It is what it is. Go ahead.
So Jmack had hit me up on Instagram in April.
Yeah, I did. And this was a few months ago.
Yeah. And I didn't know. And to be honest with you, if I miss things, it's because I delete Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
When I need memory, that's the first one that goes.
Exactly.
And so he had called me. And I'm like, what's going on? You know, I don't pick up these calls because I get 1,000 of them a day from between Instagram and Facebook. So I just, you know,
see, the thing with me is too, I want to make it clear, I'm very persistent. When I got my eye like on a certain guest and I want them to be a part of the show and stuff like that, I keep reaching out. Yeah, so that's why I don't.
It's all right. It's all right, Peter.
I like to be on top of shit, you know.
So he called me and then I sent him a message and I'm like, but I have to tell you the story so you understand how God is working.
Exactly.
Not in your life, but how I feel He's working in my life.
Vice versa.
This is my testimony. so that I can tell you what's going on and how God is working the miracles in my life at this point.
Give it to him.
So I hit him up. I text him. I'm like, are you trying to call me? What does he do? Do you think he answers my text message? No, he tries to call me again 3-4 times, right? And so let's move forward. I'm having a conversation with D from Ocean State Minded. Shout out to D and Strand.
Shout outs to D and Strand.
Right. And I'm like, I really want to elevate this. I want to have somebody who's going to do the media content, sitting down, interviewing everybody who's coming in. He so happens to mention the Jmack experience. And he's
Small world.
He goes, I just had this. Let me tell you, this is exactly how it goes down. I just had this interview with this dope ass journalist. Like, he's really doing his thing. He does his research. Like, he's quick. He's amazing. He's just on his P's and Q's. Like, you're gonna love it. I think he would be perfect. I said perfect. Like, you know me and my Miss. I had to get my Miss Rhodey.
Yeah.
I said perfect.
He was skeptical.
He was like, perfect, Miss Rhodey. I'm telling you, hit him up. I said, what's his name? I go look up. I said, okay, well, I'm following him. Right? So now here comes the moment that I'm telling you God is working. I go to the message. I go, oh, shoot. He's not going to call me. He's not going to call me. He ain't going to do it. He ain't going to do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm still going to message him. Because at the end of the day, I still did reply back to you.
Facts.
And so then I hit him up and I told him, like, listen, I heard all great things about you. I would love, 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 love for you to be part of this. And lo and behold, he was like, he was very welcoming, I would say that.
Absolutely.
And then we got on the phone and we talked for 3 hours.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, this is really happening. Like, because I was seeing your whole journey from before when you were on WBRU, and I'm like, yo, shorty's dope. Like, she got some good content. She does her thing, and you do many things. And I was noticing that. I'm like, damn, I wonder. First and foremost, I've always wanted to be on WBRU. I was, because my first passion is hip hop. So I always wanted to go up there and spit some bars and shit like that. But I'm like, whatever. I had reached out a few times, never got the blessing.
You
so
gotta hit up Leticia.
Yeah, it's all right. At this point, I'm pretty much good right now. Yeah, I'm doing what I'm doing. So, and no offense to them, they're doing great over there.
They're busy.
I love what they're doing. I always listen to 101.1. So, but at the end of the day, like, my thing is, and I told this to people all the time, I'm always trying to get people that have different types of talents through the door. So when I first started, I was getting a lot of rappers. And no offense to rappers, I feel like they have great interviews and great stories. But like, I wanted to like switch it up a little bit where like, I don't only interview artists or people that do music. You could be a janitor, or you could be a barber, you be anything different. That way I could get that way I could get the story, and it might inspire those who can't sing, who can't rap, who can't. You understand what I mean? So that was my goal. So pretty much up to this point, I feel like I've had some great people come through the door. And like I said, everything comes back in full circle. And shout outs to Strands, right? You said D Strands? Yo, man, that's crazy. I didn't really expect that because I only met him at the art battle, which we just had one yesterday. And shout outs to Atrium Events as well. And yeah, like it was crazy because he was like, yo, thank you for the interview. Mad nice. And that was it. I didn't think I was ever going to hear from him again, and look how
you didn't have to hear from him because he spoke about you.
That's fire.
And first name that popped up. Like, it wasn't like, bam, then you. It was like, yo, call that boy Jmack. He's amazing. He's perfect. And then when I told him that you answered, he was like, see, I told you. Like, he's the perfect guy. I'll be on it. And then, he was just like, he does everything short and simple. So I liked it because he was able to give me somebody who actually wanted to work with me.
Exactly.
And it wasn't the time at that time. Again, you can't.
Everything happens for a reason. That's always my thing. Like, if it's not now, it'll be later. There's times, I'm not going to lie, like, I'll have certain interviews coming up and then they just don't happen. I might be upset at that moment. I'm going to be real because, you prepare for something and then you're like, fuck, it didn't even happen. But I'm like, you know what? They'll come back around. You know what I mean? And I'm never going to, see, I feel like that's a female trait. I don't hold grudges. So it's like, you came now. Fuck it. Let's just move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I it's not in my...
But I'm learning...
It's not in my nature, I'm
learning to try not to hold
I take
grudges.
things for what it's worth.
I do too, but I think that for a long time, I was just like... just letting things slide.
Yeah, I get it.
And then it gets disrespectful.
Exactly.
And so now I'm like, no, let's talk about this right now at this very moment. This is what you did. It bothered me. What's up?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And so I felt like that's who I am right now. We're going to talk about this situation right now. I'm not going to go home. I'm not going to have a headache.
Let's address it.
Yeah, I'm not going to like not talk to you for 3 days because I'm mad. No, let's just address it. And if we can get past it, we get past it. If we don't, then we don't need to be friends.
That's a fact. We're going to take a brief intermission. We're going to get into Album of the Week.
Album of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
Album of the week this week is Donald by A$AP Ferg. You fuck with A$AP Ferg?
I do.
He got some bangers.
He does.
Have you heard the new album?
Not yet, which is, I probably got to hear it so I can play a couple on my radio station.
You definitely got to check it out. It's fire. He got joint on there for the ladies. I'll send it to you later.
Okay, cool.
And it's been spinning. It's been spinning heavy. I've been hearing it on rotation.
Are you going to play it?
Say what?
Are you gonna play the song?
No. We don't do all that because copyright infringement and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into movie of the week.
Oh.
Movie of the week on the Jmack Experience Podcast.
Movie of the week this week is Gladiator 2. Make sure y'all check that out. It drops in IMAX. You like movies? You watch a lot of movies or not really?
So I do like movies, but I don't have a lot of time to watch them. And when I do get to watch them, it's like kids movies.
Got you. So you do with the family and shit like that.
With my son. You know what I mean? So just.
So now we're going to be wrapping up soon. What's next for Miss Rhodey besides the event? Anything else that you want to promote that I didn't cover or that I missed?
I just want to promote like healthy lifestyle,
Nice. I like it.
I'm also a mom, like I'm a mom of 6, and I think that sometimes we get so lost in life that we forget to just love ourselves a little bit.
Right.
And, I have a lot, don't just because you don't see me out there is not that I'm not getting gigs. It's just that I'm working on me now. I want to pour a little bit into myself. I want to pour a lot of it into myself so that my cup is so overpoured that I have no choice but to give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that when I was full, I was giving. I lost a lot of pieces of myself.
Wow.
And when you lose yourself, you have no good to anybody.
Yeah.
And so right now I'm just promoting my radio station. I'm promoting, mental health and self-love. I'm not interested in being in the clubs no more.
Damn.
I don't want to be on that flyer. If I am on a flyer, I want to be on a flyer because, I'm selling $1 million building.
I like that.
And,
That was real. That's the realest shit you said. One of the realest shit you said.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's fire.
I love nightlife. Don't get me wrong. I love partying. I love
It gets
all
tiring
that,
after a while, though.
At the
It's
end
exhausting.
of the day, when I look around at the end of the night, it's just like, did I make any money here?
Yeah.
What did my kids benefit from this? Am I gonna wake up to like something in my bank account? So instead, I spent money on drinks. I spent money on outfit. I spent money on looking great, and then I did have a good time, but for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so now it's more about longevity.
And then you're living with regret the rest of the week. You're like, fuck, I could have saved that money.
Yeah.
That happened to me a lot. My whole 20s, actually, I wasted so much time partying, this, that. And I truly, they say, like, don't live with regrets. I'm glad I got it on my system. But, like, who knows where I would have been right now if I would have saved all that money and time. Like you just said, because you can't get that back.
You where you're supposed to be right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're right. See, I love the energy.
You're doing everything that you
Facts.
love, and you're gonna get to where you want to be.
Exactly.
And so you needed to take those journeys. Otherwise, you wouldn't have learned what you learned and know better.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So check me out on my radio show Fridays.
Yeah, where can we follow you at social media wise?
So check me out on my radio station Fridays at 11, and then 1 to 3 CCRI Radio. That's CCRIRadio.com. And then you can follow me on my Instagram, MSRHODEY. And on Facebook, it's my name, Raisa Gonzalez. That's Raisa. And I'm Puerto Rican, so you spell my last name with Z's, not
I like
S.
it.
G-O-N-C-A-L-E-Z.
in the building.
You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I appreciate you and everything that you got going on.
Absolutely. Well, you're not gonna close out my show. Hold on one second.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes
I got a few more questions.
I was gonna say, like, I appreciate you bringing me on because it's hard to get people who want to highlight
definitely.
greatness.
Of course.
And I am great. I'm sorry. I feel great about myself. Like, I'm that person. I'm not gonna be the person.
That's how you should feel.
I ain't gonna be like, I ain't did.
Head all down and shit.
I'm that.
Walk with your head high.
Walk with your head high, and I'm gonna lift your head up high if you're my friend.
That's a fact.
And that's how we walk together and we lead.
I love the energy.
This
has been awesome. Now, can we agree that all the experiences you went through got you to where you are today?
Yes. Everything that I've been through has gotten me to where I've been today, along with a lot of strength and a lot of belief in myself.
I like it.
You know what I mean? Like, everything I always said, it always starts with me. Yep. I don't wait for you to believe in me. Like, I set it out and I say, this is what I'm going to do because I can do it.
And you do it.
And I do it. And whether it works out in my favor or not, it doesn't discourage me from them trying the next journey. I go on, and as long as I fulfill that, I'm okay.
I love it. Any advice for those out there who might be experiencing the same situations that you went through or are going through?
I say, pray on it. And if you believe in yourself and you love something enough, go do it yourself. Or find the team that will help you build.
Facts.
Because there's always somebody that's always had an eye out for you. And maybe they're just waiting for you to be free.
And welcoming.
And that opportunity, so
go out there and get
opportunities.
It. Yeah.
Or create them.
Exactly.
Create them opportunities. That's what I would say.
Any last words or special shout outs that you would like to mention before we sign off?
I'd like to give a shout out to every single local artist out there, whether you're from Connecticut, New York, Boston, or Rhode Island, who has ever supported me. I know a lot of us don't hang out anymore, but we built something, and we all made something of ourselves. We were like the Wu-Tang of Rhode Island. You know what I mean? And through Shoot for Hope Sundays came out a lot of greatness.
Yeah.
And a lot of mental health was addressed. Again, the showcases that I was doing was catering to homeless people. People had a lot of mental health issues who didn't have no friends, and we built a family. So, in ending, I would say, follow your dreams. And,
go for it.
And it doesn't matter if you're supported by your friends or your family. If it's in your heart, God put it there, and He's not always going to tell you how you're going to get it, but you're going to get it. And He's just expecting you to believe in yourself so much that, you get it.
I love it, man. It's been an honor to be in your presence. Thank you so much for coming on the Jmack Experience podcast. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience. We're signing out. Episode 50, Miss Rhodey. You already know what it is. The Jmack Experience podcast. Gra!
Gra!
Thanks for coming on the Jmack Experience Podcast. Be sure to come on for another episode every single week. Until next time, peace.
Black Sheep Sea Moss. It'll make you want to slap your daddy.
Oh, harder, daddy.